Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to another spine-tingling edition of How We Can F Up the Sports World, or another great edition of Sports Final. Steve, the Baxman Baxley, here with you, and we're going to let's put it this way. Hey, Mayor McCheese, how are you, my friend? Okay, I'm going to say, can we turn it down, please? Thank you very much. With respect. Yeah, keep going. Okay, thank you. Welcome, everybody, to Sports Final, the only show that definitely proves who's really got the bigger sporty balls in this business. Anyway, Steve the Baxman Baxley here with you. Harry's taking the night off, and rightfully so. Let's get to it, shall we? We got a whole gaggle of things to talk about today. We are going to do what we do, and that's entertain you. So, let's get to the NFL scores. And by the way, once again, all of our scores that we bring you here tonight are presented to you in living color by Caesar Sportsbooks. Remember, much like donuts from Dunkin' Donuts, we are all Caesars. I don't know what that had to do with it, but hey, I like to mention things. All right, let's get to the Sunday cow kickers, shall we? My little kitty is somewhere in the room. By the way, a meow and a purr from my cat Uno to Bella. That's Mandy's little shenana beagle. And what else have I got to say? By the way, they just passed 30,000 for Pirate Queen numero dos, and I made one prediction, and that is that Jack the Ripper will make a total of 67,000 by the time all is said and done. And if that's not enough, I'm making an early prediction. I am predicting that Pirate Queen will, when their second 30 days are done, they're going to top 55,000. Comicsgate is here to stay, and we are all a part of it. After saying that, folks, let's do some sports. In the National Football League, the Dallas Cowboys defeated and decimated the Atlanta Falcons 43-3. For the Falcons, Ryan passed for 117 yards. Gallman, 15 rushing attempts for 55 yards. And Pitts, four receptions, 60 yards. For the Cowboys, Prescott with 296 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pollard, 15 rushing attempts for 42 yards. And Lamb, 6 receptions, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. All right, Buffalo Bills didn't do no standing, but boy, did they wipe the floor with the New York Jets, 45-17. And thank you, boys. And here we go. Allen for the Bills, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns. Singletary, 7 rushing attempts, 43 yards, and a touchdown. Diggs, 8 receptions, 162 yards, and a touchdown in a pear tree. Meanwhile, for Jets, White, 251 yards. Carter, 16 rushing attempts for 39 yards and a touchdown. And Davis, 5 receptions, 93 yards. Yay, glory. All right, and another final score. The New England Patriots really do want that Super Bowl, and they proved it. They dismantled the Browns by a score of 45-7. Keenum, 81 yards for the Browns. Johnson, 19 rushing attempts, 99 yards, and 7 receptions for 58 yards for the Patriots. Jones, 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. Stevenson, 20 rushing attempts, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Bourne, in the USA, he was born in the 4 receptions, 98 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Lions and the Steelers played to a 16-16 tie in a frosty, freezy Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Let's go for the stataroos. For the Lions, Goff passed for 114 yards. Swift wasn't exactly that swift, 33 rushing attempts, 130 yards. And St. Brown, 4 receptions, 61 yards for the Steelers. Without Ben Roethlisberger, Rudolph had his nose so bright. He guided the Steelers to 242 yards and a touchdown. Harris, 26 rushing attempts, 105 yards. And Johnson, 7 receptions for 83 yards. Let's get going down more. All right. Indianapolis Colts over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 23-17. Lawrence for the Jags, 162 yards passing. Agnew, 3 rushing attempts, 79 yards and a touchdown. Arnold, 5 receptions, 67 yards for the Colts. Wentz, 180 yards. Taylor, 21 rushing attempts, 116 yards and a touchdown. And Pittman, 5 receptions and 71 yards. Titans over the Saints, 23-21. For the Saints, Simeon, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rushing attempts, 47 yards and a touchdown. And Harris, 3 receptions, 84 yards for the Titans. Our Tannenhill, he'd make for a great Christmas tree. 213 yards and touchdown. Foreman, 11 rushing attempts, 30 yards. And Johnson, 5 receptions for 100 yards. The Washington fill-in-the-blanks, well, they did the impossible. They shocked the Buccaneers 29-19. Tom Brady, who was visibly a little shocked as well in the press conference afterwards, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fournette, 11 rushing attempts, 47 yards. Evans, 2 receptions, 62 yards and touchdown for Washington. Heineke, 256 yards and touchdown. Gibson, 24 rushing attempts, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. And McLaurin, 6 receptions, 59 yards. Let's keep going. Yes, we're going to keep going. Carolina Panthers, welcome back. Cam Newton with a 34-10 victory over the Cardinals. Walker for the Panthers, 106.7 yards. McCaffrey, 13 rushing attempts, 95 yards, and 10 receptions for 66 yards. For the Cardinals, McCoy, 107 yards. Connor, 10 attempts, 39 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Kirk, 7 receptions, 58 yards. Vikings beat the Chargers 27-20. For Kirk Cousins, it was simple work. It was. Kirk Cousins, 294 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cook, 24 rushing attempts, 94 yards and touchdown. Jefferson, 9 receptions, 143 yards. For the Chargers, Herbert, 195 yards and touchdown. Eckler, 11 attempts, 44 yards. And Allen, 8 receptions, 98 yards. Eagles over the Broncos, 30-13. Hurts for the Eagles, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. Scott, 11 rushing attempts, 81 yards. And Smith, 4 receptions, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. For the Bronx, Bridgewater, 226 yards. Williams, 18 rushing attempts for 48 yards. And Okwujabunam, 3 receptions and 77 yards. Click, click. Green Bay Packers sealed the Seahawks 17-0. Wilson for the Seahawks, 161 yards. Collins, 10 rushing attempts, 41 yards. And Everett, 8 receptions for 63 yards. None of which went in for touchdowns. Yes. For the Packers, Rodgers, 292 yards. Dillon, 21 attempts, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Adams, 7 receptions, 78 yards. Chiefs over the Raiders, 41-14. Patrick Mahomes back in the saddle again. 406 yards, 5 touchdowns. Williams rushed for 11 attempts, 43 yards. Kelsey, 8 receptions, 119 yards. For the Raiders, Carr, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 3 rushing attempts for 18 yards. Edwards, 3 receptions for 88 yards and a touchdown. Dolphins just wham-sacked the Raiders. I think we've already done that, but we'll do it anyway. Jackson for the Raiders, 238 yards and a touchdown. He also had 9 rushing attempts for 39 yards. Bateman, 6 receptions for 80 yards. For the Dolphins, Tagovailoa, 158 yards. Gaskin, 14 attempts, 31 yards. And Wilson, 4 receptions, 87 yards. And there you go. And, of course, Monday night, it's the Rams and 49ers on ESPN. Manning Cast on ESPN Número 2. Okay, before we do that, there's one thing we have not yet done in a long time, and we got to do it. And that is the CFL Football Scores for Sunday. Obviously, we forget there is the CFL. There is the CFL. Bam. Let's get you some scores from the Canadian Football League. And I know we haven't done the scores yet, so we got a lot of catching up to do as the season is short. We're at week 15, and Friday's games had Toronto over Hamilton, 31-12. Calgary over BC, 33-23. Saturday's games, Montreal over Winnipeg, 28-14. Saskatchewan over Edmonton. No, just get us back there. Come on, guys. All right, Edmonton, Saskatchewan over Edmonton, 29-24. And that was it. Only about 16 weeks of a season. And I will tell you this. It's going to be very interesting to find out what happens. You know that? With the CFL. We keep forgetting them, and I'm sorry if we did. Okay, we've given you the NFL action. Let's give you now the NHL action. It's our hockey segment. Let's go to it. Rather not so quiet day and night in sports. Let's take you to the top. Calgary Flames over the Ottawa Senators, 4-0. Vladar for Calgary, 27 saves. Lindholm for Calgary, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Monahan for Calgary, 2 assists. Oilers over the Blues, 5-4. What a way to make a living. McDavid for Edmonton, 1 goal, 1 assist. Brezital, Edmonton, 1 goal, 2 assists. And Thomas for St. Louis, 3 assists. Bruins over Les Canadiens de Montreal, 5-2. McAvoy for 2 goals for Boston. Coyle, 2 goals for Boston. And Hall, 1 goal, 1 assist for Boston. In a shootout, Rangers 4, Devils 3. Kakko for the Rangers, 1 goal, 1 assist. Fox for the Rangers, 1 goal. And Zacha for Jerseys, 1 goal and 1 assist. Massacred the Penguins by a score of 6-1. Hathaway for Washington, 1 goal, 1 assist. Sheary for Washington, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Vanacek was 24 saves. And finally, the really Anaheim Mighty Ducks over the Vancouver Canucks 5-1. Zagras for Anaheim, 2 goals and assists. Milano for Anaheim, 1 goal. And Manson for Anaheim. No need to explain why. Is it? No. All right, let's keep the hockey theme going. Let's go to the American Hockey League and let you know how this is going to be fun, we hope. And let's go to it. Let's see. Hello, boys. All right, games in Sunday. Final after a shootout. It was San Jose Barracuda over the Abbotsford Canucks 3-2. Utica Comets over the Belleville Senators 4-1. In over to the Toronto Marlies beat the Chicago Wolves 2-1. Iowa Wild over the Milwaukee Admirals 4-3. And the Charlotte Checkers over the Bears 5-2. Ain't that something? That's right, 5-2. And let's go to the Ontario Hockey League if we can. And there are no games scheduled for Sunday. Are we sure of that? That is correct. No, 3 games on Sunday. Wow. And here we go on the Sunday I should get the abbreviations a little better. North Bay over Sudbury by a score of 4-0. Saginaw lost to Kitchener 2-1. And Ottawa over Oshawa 7-5. There you go. 1, 2, 3. And guess what? That's our hockey scores, and that's our hockey segment. Let's hit the basketball court. It's time for some basketball scores. Do we have the basketball scores? Yes, we do. See? Magic. Okay, it's our basketball segment. I know we got to do, we forgot the college hockey. Don't worry, we'll mention those. But anyway, here we go. The NBA scores, and the Los Angeles Lakers came back alive. They beat the San Antonio Spurs 114-106. Atlanta Hawks over the Milwaukee Bucks. They are, of course, the defending champions. The Milwaukee Bucks are. They lost to the Hawks 120-100. Brooklyn Nets over the Oklahoma City Thunder 120-96. Charlotte Hornets over the Golden State Warriors 106-102. Phoenix Suns over the Houston Rockets 115-89. Denver Nuggets over the Portland Trailblazers by a score of 124-95. Chicago Bulls over the Los Angeles Clippers 100-90. And there you go with that. And hey, let's see what's happening with the G League. Of course, by the folks at Gatorade. Is it in you? Well, it should be. And, let's get to the scores from Sunday's action, if there were any, and yes, there were. So here we go. Oklahoma City Blue over Santa Cruz Warriors 85-71. Thank you, boys. Okay, there we are. Oh, no, one more. Thank you. Oklahoma City Blue over Santa Cruz Warriors 85-71. Maine Celtics over Delaware Blue Coats 130-106. And if that ain't enough, I know it is enough. Agua Caliente Clippers over the Stockton Kings 103-82. And the Mexico City Capitans dropped one to the Austin Spurs 112-110. That is our basketball segment, presented, of course, by Gatorade. Is it in you? If not, it should be. Yahoo! All right, let's get some headlines here for you. And in the National Football League, as we know, the Buccaneers embarrassed in Washington. What did their coach have to say? Well, coming out of their bye and playing against what had been one of the NFL's worst defenses, the Tampa Bay Bucs were widely expected to rout the Washington football franchise in Week 10, but things didn't work out that way. The Bucs turned the ball over twice, took 6 penalties, but just 4 of 10 on several mental errors throughout the game. As a result, they lost to Washington by a final of 29-19. It was the second time in 3 weeks that they've lost to a team they probably should have beaten. That was playing its backup quarterback in the game. After a loss, Bucs head coach Bruce Arians was upset with his team's performance and unloaded on the job done by both the players and his own coaching staff. Quote, per ESPN, it has nothing to do with ability. It's about execution and being a smart football team. We were a very dumb football team, and that's a reflection on the coaches, end quote. The good thing, Arians said, is that those problems are not insurmountable. And they're not. The Bucs have had an extra day to get back on track before their next game as they host the New York Giants on Monday Night Football in Week 11. Arians apparently thinks they need that extra day, so it's good they'll get it. And I agree with them wholeheartedly. Okay, excusez-moi. Okay, in college football. Wow. Washington fired coach Jimmy Lake on Sunday, 6 days after the school suspended him for Saturday night's game against Arizona State. Lake was 7-6 in 2 seasons leading the program after serving on Chris Peterson's staff in Seattle since 2014. Washington will honor the terms of Lake's contract, and he'll be owed roughly $9.9 million. Assistant coach Bob Gregory will serve as the interim head coach for the remainder of the season. Auburn quarterback Bo Nix will have surgery after suffering a significant ankle injury in Saturday's 43-34 loss to Mississippi State. Will not play against South Carolina or in the Iron Bowl, sources told Auburn Undercover. After suffering the injury in the third quarter, Nix continued to play against Mississippi State until Auburn's final offensive series and met with reporters after the game Sunday. At the Auburn Athletic Complex, he was seen on crutches. Incredible. Okay. And speaking of Washington, the National Football League, well, the Washington club jumped out to a quick double-digit lead over Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucs on Sunday, but may have suffered a serious loss in the process. In the second quarter, star pass rusher Chase Young went down with a knee injury. The cart came out for him, but he refused it and hobbled off with the assistance of 2 trainers. Washington quickly ruled Young out after he made his way to a locker room. According to Ian Rappaport of NFL Media, the initial fears that he suffered a torn ACL. Tests are still pending. Young, of course, is a reigning AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, an award he earned after leading all rookies in sacks with 75, tackles for loss with 10, pressures 40, and tied for first in forced fumbles with 4. This season, however, he has had 26 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and just 1.5 sacks. Wow. And finally, the decision to merely fine the Packers $300,000 and Aaron Rodgers less than $15,000 for repeated violations of the COVID protocols prompted a strong backlash within the NFL last week, including among many within the league offices, team, and league sources said. The decision to treat the matter as essentially one violation of protocols rather than the team draft picks and sanctioned Rodgers himself more seriously, was ridiculed throughout the industry, and even many within the league office believed it was far too soft and gave the impression of preferential treatment for a storied franchise without a traditional ownership structure and with strong ties to the league office. Suffice to say, there will be significant pressure outside league headquarters and within to come down much harder on the team and the future Hall of Fame quarterback should Rodgers continue to violate obvious protocols in the future. Wow. And then there's your headlines. Let's get you over to some scores from international sports. And let's get you over to the World Cup qualifying in the Europe sector. Come on, thank you. Ireland over Luxembourg, or the Republic of Ireland over Luxembourg, 3-0. Serbia over Portugal, 2-1. Germany over Armenia, 4-1. Romania over Liechtenstein, 2-0. North Macedonia over Iceland, 3-1. Kosovo, way down in Kosovo. Greece and Kosovo tied at 1. Spain over Sweden, 1-0. Croatia over Russia, 1-0. Slovakia over Malta, 6-0. And Slovenia beat Cyprus 2-1. International friendly, Azerbaijan and Qatar got real friendly. They went to a ballet. It was a 2-2 tie. In the FA Women's Super Cup, Everton over Manchester, they tied at 1. Aston Villa over Birmingham City, 1-0. Brighton and Hove Albion, a 1-0 winner over Leicester City. Chelsea over Manchester City, 4-0. Reading over and West Ham United tied at 2. In the Women's FA Cup action, it was Burnley over Durham, 2-0. St. Austell over Torquay, 2-0. Learfield Athletic over Telford United, 4-0. Chichester and Selsley over Ascot United, 4-0. Hull City over Blackburn, 1-0. Cheltenham over Lickford Athletic, 4-0. Chesham over Cambridge United, 3-2. Chorley over Middlesbrough, 4-4, but in penalties, Chorley beat Middlesbrough 4-1. West Bromwich Albion over Crewe Alexandra, 5-0. Exeter City over Cardiff, 3-1. Leeds Ladies over Hartlepool United, 4-0. Hashtag United Women slammed the door on Southend United Communities Ladies, 17-0. Actonians over Herne Bay, 8-1. Huddersfield Town just decimated Sir Tom Finney's Ladies, 20-0. Minster Town Ladies, 3. Sherborne Total Ladies, 0. Plymouth Argyle Women, 5. Keysham Ladies, 3. Cambridge City Classy Ladies, also. Where was I here? Oh, yeah. Ilminster Town Ladies 3, Sherborne nothing. Plymouth Argyle over Kinesham 5-3. Cambridge City over London Seaward 2-0. And Ipswich over MK Dons Women 2-0. Norton United Ladies have lost the step. They beat Nhl Ladies 3-2. Northampton Town over Bedford United Ladies 2-2. Northampton Town won 4-2 on penalty kicks. Salford City over Allenwick 4-0. Sheffield and Sutton Coldfield tied at 1. Lincoln United over Shifnal Town 4-0. Lytown over Shrewsbury Town 2-1. Norton and Stockton Ancients over South Shields London 4-1. Southampton over Swindon 1-0. Stoke over Doncaster 5-3. Flyde over Wakebury Trinity 4-1. Queens Park Rangers 11-0 winner over Bromley. Norwich City over Wynholme Town Ladies 2-0. Gillingham 4, Abingdon Town 1. Eastleigh over Stoneham 6-0. Billercray Town Ladies over Luton Town Ladies 5-1. Bournemouth Ladies 2, Bournemouth Sports Ladies 1. Lincoln City over whichever. Bournemouth Ladies over Bournemouth Sports 2-1. Lincoln City over Burton Albion 4-0. Bradford City over Cheadletown 2-1. Clapton Community Ladies and Bradford Ladies did a piece that was very nicely done on ice, as is in the dark. Bedford and Clapton tied 1. Clapton won the Community of Ladies 4-3, and I think that's going to wrap it up here. The World Qualifying Cup continues. Congo over Benin 2-0. Madagascar over Tanzania 1-1. Mayo over nothing. Let's see. Zimbabwe 3. No, Zimbabwe and Ethiopia tied 1. Mali over Uganda 1-0. Ghana over South Africa 1-2-0. And Senegal over Congo 2-0. And that's about it for that. We've got one more segment remaining, and then we are out of here. And what are we looking for? Oh, yeah. Boom. There we go. Let's go to international sports, and then we will be holy mother. Mother McCready. Okay, in Italian basketball was Virtus Bologna 103-74 over Brescia. Venezia over Fortitudo Bologna 91-77. Tortona over Sassari 95-89. Olimpia Milano over Reggiana 84-74. Treviso over Cremonia 96-83. And Variese over Trieste 86-70. All right, let's make little bit of manners come up. Yes, right. A little dab will do you, folks. Okay. God. Oh, boy. Okay. I think we can safely say we have spent our little sporty juice. So we're going to call it a night. My eyeballs are starting to leave my sockets and go into that deep sleep. I want to thank everybody for making this broadcast possible. And good luck, one and all. And we'll talk to you all tomorrow night, regular time, 11:35, right here on the L2C Media Network. This is Steve Baxley saying thank you. Good night, everybody, for Sports Final, a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with, what is your business called, Brain? Another foodatorio there. I do believe the Weena. No, I do believe. I think the man is a camera person. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little verklempt. So I'm going to sign off right now. Thanks, everybody. This has been a presentation, Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night at 11:30. So, at 11:30. So long, everybody.
Let me know if you're going to go, because I'll go down my bed.
Yeah, I'm going right now. I'm just killing off the stream and going to bed because my eyeballs are starting to leave my